We shall take this one as part 3. Where was I? Oh yeah, I attempted to take my life. At the time, I was dealing with the pain of what I went through boarding school. So another thing that was happening during that actually wasn't even 3 weeks into high school. I mean, into the new school, it was probably like 2-3 months. I started wanting to look for my father. Yes, I grew up with a single mom. My dad has never been in my life. I actually realize now that having this channel means exposing my life. And I guess if my story can help someone, that's a good thing, right? So at the time, I started actively looking for my father because I felt unwanted. Maybe it was triggered by what I went through during high school, but like this chair is really disturbing. So we're gonna bring you back right there with your weird nose. Uh, okay, let's just let that go. It's not happening. um, I started actively looking for my father because he really. I remember seeing him once. Oh God, the trauma that this guy put me through. I remember seeing him once at the post office and my sister going, "That's your dad." I was just like, what? I never thought it was. It shouldn't have gone down like that. Like, it should have been like, oh my God, I've always wanted to meet you or some shit. Like, I don't know. But yeah. And I don't remember his face then. Then I started actively looking for him because I felt so unwanted. I felt like I needed to understand. I know my mom's side, but I just don't know his side. And I mean, who leaves their child just like that? You know. And I found him, and during that time when I found him, we're not gonna go into the details of what happened when I found him, but it wasn't good. Um, I felt I felt so unwanted. I felt so rejected. I was already rejected in high school by the people that I went to school with. Now, from somebody that helped create me, I'm already unwanted and rejected. I just felt like I can't do this anymore. And that's when I attempted to take my own life. I don't know, hey? I don't know what. It had been on my mind for a while to do that. It had been on my mind because I couldn't really articulate or explain what I was feeling. I couldn't really tell anyone what I was feeling because I just thought it wasn't warranted. It wasn't. Is that even the right word to use? Hey, Mara, we like things with English, guys. Yo! I felt like it wasn't. Nobody's gonna understand. And I just really felt alone at the time. I felt like I don't. If I'm already rejected, might as well just go, you know? Fortunately, it didn't work. Still here, bitches. Still alive. But that's when everything went to. That's when everything went to. That's when I started spiraling out of control. That's when my depression was intense. It wasn't. That's when like everything started, right? Discovered. Okay, I started going to therapy, but I remember there was a therapist. I've seen a lot of therapists, trust me. There was a therapist I made a bet with. And I was like, if you think I'll be okay within the 4 months that you have set up for us. I'll give you $1,000. And he was like, and if I'm not, he's gonna give me $1,000. And we worked. We worked with that guy, eh? We worked. But I still fell down. But the thing is, even in times when I would always feel like I need to go, like I'm tired, I never went. I really never went. It's only now when I really discover what was going on then. It's not that I wanted to die. I didn't really want to die. I wanted to experience life and I wanted to experience happiness like everyone. I wanted to cease to exist. I would wish there would be days where they could put me in a coma and wake me up after a couple of months. But yeah, then varsity happened here. The drama. Things I used to do. The things I used to do to get out of the pain, bruh. And at the time, I don't think my friends knew what was going on. I don't think they understood what was going on. I remember when I cut myself. I used to cut myself, but I used to cut in ways that people would not see. I won't tell you how because I don't want anybody to do that on themselves. And the reason why I used to cut myself was because I wanted to remove the emotional aspect of it. I wanted to concentrate on the physical pain than the mental and emotional pain. So I used to do that to run away, to escape. You understand? I have a lot of cuts on my body. Some you may think, maybe she ran through. No, most were deliberate. Now you know. But I have the most deliberate ones on my wrists. I remember when I did that, I blacked out. I don't even know what was going on, but I was just so tired. I was just so tired of being alive, of having to struggle every day just to smile, of having to struggle every day just to... And mind you, in varsity, I had the coolest friends on this planet. They still are here. Love you, girls. Even the guys. Still love you guys. You're awesome. But I don't even want to say fit in, but I couldn't. Everything was superficial. But they tried, they were there for me. I remember after cutting myself, this girl with no manners, I lied when people asked me what happened. Came up with oh God, I need to stop here. We shall continue this in a while. Give me a second. Where was I? Yes. I remember when I did that, and I lied, because you can't really tell people you cut yourself. Being in this country, it's taboo. They all think you are craving attention. Who craves attention by hurting them? Sometimes, yes. Damn it, what's so wrong with craving attention? But there are better ways to cry out for attention. But I remember my then boyfriend. Nigga, you saved my life a couple of times. Thank you for that. I remember him taking me to hospital, and I remember the lady who was stitching me up. She said some fucked up shit. And I just looked at her, I'm like, can you just get it over and done with? The hell? I ain't got time to listen to this. But the life I was leading then will tell you that I was going through something. And I wish nobody goes through that. Like, I am really here. I promise you, I am here. If you want to talk, I tried therapy. I tried everything then, che. I tried everything, and it just didn't feel like it was working, you know? It just didn't feel like things were working out. I'll be back. Give me a second. So yeah, so my varsity life, yeah, that's when the depression was really bad then too. And I tried therapy, I tried everything, it really didn't work. And yeah, um, I hated it when people used to say to me, what about your family? What about me? What about the pain I'm experiencing at the time? What about the stress, the things that I'm going through? Why should I be? They used to call me selfish. That's not fair. If a person attempts to take their life, or if a person cuts themselves, it's not being selfish. Something is wrong and you need to help them help themselves. It's not about you. It's about me. And if you can't understand that, they used to call me selfish. They used to say I should think for others. But the funny thing is, while you're going through all this pain, nobody's thinking about you because they don't know. You don't talk about it. And maybe you don't talk about it because you don't feel safe, or you don't feel like you can trust them with your stuff. It's not about you. If you know, or you have someone who's probably cutting or is very suicidal, sometimes they just need you to listen. Sometimes they just need you to give them a hug. Sometimes they just need you to see through the I'm fine. Sometimes they need you to see through their over drinking. They need you to see they need you to see through the habits they've picked up that are so not them, but they're doing them. It's not about you. How do we help someone who's suicidal? How do we help someone who self-harms? You can tell me every day that I'm beautiful, but until I understand it, that I am worthy of not feeling pain. This is why I always tell people that feel your emotional pain, because pain demands to be felt. And if you don't let it, you're going to eventually, or it's eventually going to come out some way or the other. My way, I used to cut myself. I used to divert emotional pain to physical pain and forget about the emotional pain, but I haven't dealt with it. Meaning, it's going to come back. And when it does come back, what happens? If you know someone who's suicidal, get them help. Or better yet, help them. Talk to them. Listen to them. Sometimes they may not even want to say a word to you, but just let them know you're there. What I mean is, don't do that thing where you hog all over a person. You just, are you okay? Are you fine? Oh my God, how are you feeling? Are you dying? Don't do that. What I mean is, be cool about it. Hey, how you doing today? Did you smile? I have a very close friend of mine who used to, on a regular basis, ask me, what made you smile today? And I realized, even though at the time I didn't see it that way, he was actually trying to make me realize there's more reasons for me to smile in a day that I may not have realized at the time than there were reasons for me to frown or be sad. That is what I'm talking about. Go easy on them. Hey, are you okay? How are you doing? Do you want to talk about this? Do you want to not talk? Do you want to just sit in silence? Do you be gentle. It's already rough in my mind. It's already rough inside. Be my peace, for lack of a better statement. Sometimes when you're dealing with a person who's suicidal, or with a person that self-harms, the best thing to do is actually not always keep them on a 24/7 surveillance. Is to show them that you trust them, to not hurt themselves. You want them to open up to you. You want them to to be able to say, hey, I feel like hurting myself right now. What is it? Let's work through it. I will use examples that I went through. This friend of mine, we'll call them friend X. What friend X used to do is that he created a platform for me to be able to express myself. He created a platform for me. He would literally allow me other days to just call and just cuss. Or just chill with him and just cuss. Just be mad. It doesn't matter what I'm mad about, but I would just, literally spend a whole hour just being mad and just taking out that thing, because he understood that if I don't take it out, I'm going to take it out on myself. You need to learn the person you're dealing with. You need to learn how to assist them. You need to learn how to better help them deal with their issues. It's not like there are days when there can be triggers. There are days where there are no triggers at all, where you just feel like, I am undeserving. I always get emotional when I talk about self-harm, because for years it's how I coped. There are days when I look at my scars and I don't want to say I regret, but I feel sorry for that Shayna. I feel for her, and I feel like I want to go back and hug her. I want to hold her and tell her that it's okay. There are better ways to express yourself. And the unfortunate part about self-harm scars is that, damn, those things are stubborn. They don't go anywhere. They're there on your body. Meaning everybody, when they see it, they've got something to say. Shut up. I know I used to cut myself. You don't have to tell me that. I wasn't trying to kill myself. I hate when people look at my wrists and they see my scars and they're like, so, that's bullshit. Don't do that to people. I know it firsthand. Don't do that. Especially these older people. You need to learn that we're not from the same era as you. You need to tread carefully. Don't just drop bombs like that on us. It hurts. Because as it is where I am, I might be regretting what I did to myself. I might be looking at my scars and hating them. Over time, I have learned to appreciate my scars. I've learned to look at them like, I have ink all over, you can see, you know. I have a chance of covering them, but I choose not to, because they remind me of where I don't want to be. They remind me of where I was and where I want to be. I've been clean from cutting, I think 3 years now. Yeah, surprise, was still happening. And actively, the reason why I stopped was because I was like, I don't deserve pain. It happens, it's part of life, but I don't deserve it when it's inflicted by me. Not that I deserve it when it's inflicted by the next person, but in a sense, what I'm trying to say is, I don't deserve to treat myself that way. I need to treat myself kindly with love and appreciation. And yeah, be kind always. If you have a choice, always choose to be kind. You don't know what the next person... The reason why I'm so bubbly and the reason why I'm always greeting everyone with a smile is because you never know what the next person is going through. Person X taught me that always try to be as nice as you can to people, because you don't know. And when you're nice to someone, you create a platform that they can easily talk to you. It would be easier for them to open up to you and tell you what they're going through, what they're experiencing. So whenever you have a choice, choose to be kind. that's it for today in our messy corner. I'll try as much as I can to upload as often as I can. But yeah. Bye.